Welcome to Vivid English Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm James.
Hi there. It is so wonderful to see you. How are things with you today?
Things are going very well, thank you. I'm feeling great and really ready to get into a fun discussion. How about you?
I am doing fantastic, thanks.
I am so excited to get into our topic.
Me too.
You know, we spend so much time talking about how to give information in English, how to make a speech or explain a big idea.
That's true. We focus a lot on the output.
Exactly, the output. But we almost never talk about the input. Specifically, what do you do when the spotlight turns on you and someone says something nice?
It's such a fascinating gap in language learning, isn't it?
It really is.
So today, we're going to explore the art of accepting compliments.
And it sounds like it should be the easiest thing in the world. Someone says, good job, you say thanks. Simple.
It should be.
But if you actually watch people, especially English learners, it's often a moment of pure panic.
Absolute panic. I've seen it so many times. People freeze, they stutter, they look like they want to just run away. It's so awkward for them.
So our mission for this conversation is to figure out why that happens and, more importantly, how to fix it.
Right.
We want to get you to a place where you can accept that praise and sound confident.
Yeah.
But without crossing that line into seeming arrogant.
That's the big fear, isn't it? The fear of looking arrogant. But before we get to the tips, let's take a closer look at the psychology of it all. Why is this so hard?
I want to start with something our research called the denial trap.
The denial trap. Sounds a little scary.
It is, but it's a very real linguistic reflex.
Okay.
So picture this. You tell a student, wow, your English is really good. Your pronunciation is so clear. And before you even finish, they're shaking their heads.
Yeah, yes. The head shake.
And they say, no, I am still very bad.
I see this constantly. It's almost like they're physically pushing the words away from them.
So why is that the default? Why is the very first instinct to just say no?
Well, there are a few layers here. I mean, on the surface, it usually comes from a place of modesty.
Right, they're trying to be humble.
Exactly. The learner is trying to say, I know I'm not perfect. They think if they agree with you, they're like claiming to be flawless.
That makes sense. They don't want to sound like they're bragging.
Exactly. But there's something else going on psychologically. It's this thing called cognitive dissonance.
Okay.
If your internal image of yourself is, I am a struggling student, and then someone says, you are an excellent speaker, those two ideas they clash.
You fight each other.
Yes. So you reject the compliment to protect your own self-image, to stay comfortable.
Wow, that's really profound. So by saying no, you're actually trying to stay comfortable in your identity as a learner.
You are.
But here's the problem. And our sources were so clear on this. It's actually a social mistake.
It's a huge mistake. And it's not about you. It's about the other person. When you deny a compliment, what you're accidentally doing is telling the other person that their judgment is wrong.
Yeah. If I say, that was a brilliant point, and you say, no, it was stupid.
They're saying, you have bad taste. You don't know what you're talking about.
Ouch.
Exactly. It can make the person giving the compliment feel foolish or rejected.
I never thought of it that way.
The best analogy I found in our reading was the gift analogy.
Oh, I absolutely loved that one. It really changes how you look at this.
It does. The idea is to treat a compliment exactly like a physical gift.
Right. So if you go to a dinner party, you bring a nice box of chocolates.
Yes, exactly. You hand it to the host. You would never expect them to, push it back at you and say, no, I don't want this. Take it back.
That would be so rude. You would be shocked.
Incredibly rude. But that's what we do with words. When we deflect a compliment, we're refusing the gift. The social rule is that you simply accept the gift. You don't have to return it right away. And you definitely shouldn't throw it away. You just receive it.
That framing just changes everything. It's not about, am I good enough? It's about, am I being polite and accepting this gift?
Precisely.
I have to admit, though, breaking that denial trap reflex is so hard, even for me. If someone compliments my outfit, I have this like immediate urge to point out a tiny stain or say it's really old.
It's a defense mechanism. But trust me, just accepting the compliment makes the whole interaction so much smoother. Everyone feels better.
Okay, so we've established it. We need to take the gift, but how you do it matters.
It matters a lot.
We can't just stare at them silently.
Yeah.
Our sources broke this down into 3 levels. Let's start with level 1.
Level 1. This is what I call the simple and sweet response.
Simple and sweet. I like that. It sounds like an emergency kit. When do we use this one?
This is your best friend when you're caught off guard. You know, you're surprised, your mind goes blank, you're feeling shy. You just don't have the mental energy for a whole big conversation.
So instead of the no, no, no panic mode, we just use a simple, safe phrase.
Exactly. The goal here is just to be efficient. Short, professional, polite. And then stop talking before you can ruin it.
Let's practice a few. And for everyone listening, really pay attention to the intonation. You want it to sound warm. Okay, give us the first one.
Sure. This is a classic. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
That's lovely. Can you say that one more time?
Of course. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
I like that because it shifts the focus a little bit. It's not just about your skill, it's about their kindness.
Exactly. It's humble by its very nature. Okay, here's another one. Great for work. I appreciate the compliment.
I appreciate the compliment. That sounds very confident. A little more formal, maybe?
It is. It's clean, it's direct, and it shows you're comfortable with your work being recognized. And maybe one more, a bit more casual. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it.
Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, I use that one all the time, like when I cook for friends. It validates their feeling, without me saying, yes, I am a great cook.
That's the perfect use for it. It connects your work to their happiness.
These are great because they're safe. If you're ever in doubt, just hit the level 1 button.
Yeah.
You're polite. You're not denying the gift.
That's it. But sometimes a simple thank you can feel a little bit short.
Or the situation needs a bit more.
Which brings us to level 2. Our notes call this one the humble leader.
The humble leader. Okay, so this is a step up in social skill.
A big step up. This is for when the compliment is about, say, a group project or a skill you've worked really hard on.
So you accept the praise, but you also acknowledge that you didn't do it alone.
Yes. This is the answer to that fear of arrogance. If you're afraid thanks sounds too proud, level 2 solves it by sharing the credit.
Okay, let's do a work example. Your boss says, great job on that project. Just saying thanks is okay, but maybe it's not the best.
It's not the best. You could look like you're taking all the glory.
So what's a better response?
You could say, thank you. I had a lot of help from the team.
Thank you. I had a lot of help from the team.
That's wonderful. You take the gift, but then you immediately share it with everyone.
Right. It shows you're a leader who values other people. Okay, but what about a personal skill, like playing the piano? You don't have a team for that.
Right. In that case, you can share the credit with your own hard work.
How would you phrase that?
You could say, thanks, I've been practicing a lot lately, so that means a lot.
Oh, I love that one. I've been practicing a lot lately. That shows what we call a growth mindset.
Yeah, you're not saying, I was born a musical genius. You're saying, I earned this skill. It feels so much more grounded and relatable.
It does. It makes you sound humble, but still very confident.
And there's one more version of level 2 I think is important. If a specific person helped you, name them.
Oh, yes.
I couldn't have done it without person's name support. That is always a powerful thing to do. It makes that person feel seen and valued.
Okay, so level 1 is simple acceptance, survival mode. Level 2 is sharing the credit, leadership mode. Now let's zoom in on level 3.
Ah, level 3. The outline calls it the return, but I like to call it the bridge.
The bridge. Why a bridge?
Because a compliment can actually be a conversation killer. Think about it. Nice shoes. Thanks. And then
Yeah, awkward silence. The conversation just dies right there.
exactly. Level 3 uses that compliment to build a bridge to a better conversation. You take the positive energy and you send it right back.
This is actually a great technique for shy people, isn't it?
It's perfect for shy people.
Because it immediately takes the spotlight off of you.
Precisely. If I compliment you, everyone's looking at you. You feel that pressure. If you compliment me back, the attention shifts. The ball is back in my court.
Okay, so give us some examples. How do we hit that ball back?
All right, imagine a coworker says your report was excellent. You can say, "Thank you. I noticed you did a great job on the budget section, too."
Ah, nice. You accepted it, you didn't deny it, but you immediately gave a gift back.
It creates this little loop of kindness, or you can use it to show that you admire them.
Oh, so.
For example, "That's so nice of you to notice. I actually learned a lot from watching your work."
Wow. I learned a lot from watching your work. That is a very high-level compliment.
It really is. It validates them as a role model. It builds such a positive connection. And here's a casual one for a party. "Thanks. By the way, I loved your presentation earlier."
Thanks. By the way,
Hmm.
that's so smooth. It changes the topic just enough, but keeps all that positive energy flowing.
It keeps the social energy moving. It prevents that dead end.
I really love this. Okay, so let's get into some specific scenarios because the rules change a little depending on what is being complimented.
That's true. Context is everything.
Let's start with appearance. Clothes, hair. It happens all the time. I love your dress.
And this is where that denial trap is so strong. We have this urge to diminish the value of our things.
It's so true. My first instinct is to say, oh, this old thing. It was on sale for $5. It's basically garbage.
Haha. Please, for everyone listening, I am begging you, do not mention how cheap it was unless someone directly asks.
Really? Is it that bad? I thought I was being relatable.
It can be, but more often than not, it just devalues the compliment. If I say, "You look elegant," and you respond with, "It was cheap," you're kind of rejecting the elegance. You're making it about money, not about style.
That's a great point. I'm popping their bubble. So what should I say instead?
Keep it simple. Just say, "Thanks, I just got it recently."
That's easy. Gives a little bit of information without oversharing.
Exactly. Okay, next up, skills. Learning English, playing an instrument, coding.
Right. And if someone says, your English is getting so good, please stop yourself from saying, no, it isn't.
Yes. Instead, try this. "Thank you, I'm still learning, but I'm enjoying the process."
Oh, I'm enjoying the process.
Mm.
That is beautiful. It admits you're not perfect, which satisfies that need for humility. But it also shows you're happy with your own progress. It's very charming.
It is. It's honest. Okay, one last scenario. A presentation. You just gave a speech, you were terrified, your hands are shaking. Someone comes up and says, "That was a great speech." In this case, it is okay to show a little bit of vulnerability. You don't have to pretend you're a superhero.
So what do you say?
"Thank you, I was a bit nervous, so I'm happy to hear it went well." It's authentic.
Exactly. People connect with that. It shows you care.
Now, we need to talk about the cultural context here, because this is not the same everywhere in the world.
Not at all. That's a huge factor.
Yeah.
In many Western cultures, the US, the UK, Australia, confidence and, self-love are really highly valued.
Right. In the West, if you accept a compliment with a smile, people think, wow, good for them. They have high self-esteem. But in many Eastern or Asian cultures, humility is oft the highest value. There's this idea of tall poppy syndrome. You don't want to stand out from the group.
So agreeing with a compliment can feel like you have a huge ego.
It can. So, for our listeners who might be from one culture but speaking English in another, how do you find that balance?
That's the key question.
I think the answer is a term we found in the research, graceful humility.
Graceful humility. I like that.
It's the perfect middle ground. You accept the praise, that's the graceful part, which fits the English-speaking norms, but you don't brag. You use level 2 or level 3 to share the credit or shift the focus.
So you don't have to change who you are. You just find a polite way to express your humility that works in English.
Precisely. And speaking of modern times, it's 2026. We have to talk about digital etiquette.
Oh, for sure. Compliments on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram. It's a totally different game when you're not face to face.
Yes. When someone comments, great job, on your post, you can't just ignore it.
No, silence looks rude online. But you also don't need to write a 3-paragraph essay back to every comment.
No, that would be way too much. A simple reply is perfect. Just thank you with the smiley face emoji.
And emojis are okay, even on professional sites like LinkedIn.
Absolutely. A simple smiley face adds warmth and tone. Without it, just thank you can sometimes look a bit cold.
That's true. Or you could say something like, thanks for the support.
That's a great one. It acknowledges that they took the time to comment. It's low effort for you, but it has a high impact. It closes that loop.
Wow, we have covered so much ground today. The denial trap, the 3 levels, specific scenarios.
It's a lot to take in, but it's such a practical skill. It can change how people see you almost overnight.
I really hope you all enjoyed it and learned some new ways to handle praise with confidence.
It was a pleasure. And to everyone listening, thank you for your time. Remember, you deserve to get compliments. Don't push them away.
Please don't forget to subscribe and catch our next episode on the Vivid English Podcast.
Yes. Be sure to tune in to Vivid English Podcast next time. We've got more great topics on the way.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.